That's a view, huh? Let's see who's here. 87 people. That is freaking awesome. Stuart, Marie Bell, Mary, Chrisnet and Frank, Venus, Maria, Sony, Janice Q. Keep them coming, keep them coming, keep them coming. BSKY, Venus, Mike K. Joseph Q. Doug, what's going on, brother? Captain Dave is in the house. That's awesome. Tom Mack. You see where we are already. Let's see. Yeah, it's Captain Dave sighting. That's funny. Matt Strain, what's happening? Alright, let's see who else is here. Amy G, Jennifer Shelley, Francis, Tam V, Cindy, Michael Davis, Bert, Great Dane Mom, Tom Z, shout out, ATL, Lance, what's happening? Gail, HJS31, JR, Chris Henry. That wasn't me sneezing. Angela G. Look at all these people who are members over here. I love that. I love that. You had a wonderful day, Carol? So did I. Pretty much. But I haven't had any coffee today. Bam. Because, you know, I had that oral surgeon appointment today, so, yeah. This is like the first cup of coffee I had since like 9 o'clock or something. So I'm kind of jonesing a bit. So I figured we'd come here and do it. And we got stuff to talk about. We're going to walk around a little bit. I got out of the car. It was, what was it? 88.4. It was cool up until the time the sun came out a little while ago. I like that reflection, right? Ain't that sexy? All right. He said they only had one sugar cube. Should we believe him? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, I like 4, but he brought me additional accoutrements. So let's see. Oh, shoot. 171 people on already. I'm going to make this coffee quick. He brought... Oh, this milk is like ice freaking cold. He's like, be careful, the coffee's hot. So I said to him, about time. And he laughed. They do not serve like piping hot coffee in Vegas anymore. But we got some Vegas articles we're going to go over. That article I've been telling everyone about where casino execs are bragging how they're hosing the average man. That's making the rounds. I mean, that was like kind of on the D-Lo during an earnings call. And then he was interviewed, and it ended up on the Wall Street Journal, and now Fortune magazine picked it up too. And they went into greater detail about the actual hosing that's taken place. And I hate to be right, but I was right about this. I seen this coming months ago, and we'll check out that article. I'm gonna just read it briefly to give you an idea of the temperament here in Las Vegas. See, normally things like that don't make it into the mainstream, you know, like they come on the news here, or they have a conference here in Vegas, and then they just brag about, you know, how much money they're making, how they're screwing people, you know, different way. Like, you know, they'll come out with a story here on the local news like, hey, guess what? It doesn't matter how much we raise the parking fees, it hasn't affected our bottom line, so we're going to raise them again. I mean, those are actual news stories here in Las Vegas, but it very, very rarely makes it outside of Vegas. Us locals just sit back and go, uh-huh. But this one, I don't know if you'd call it viral, but it's definitely making the rounds, so we're going to cover that. And we're also going to cover a downtown casino that is trying to make reparations for said hosiery taking place in town. What is this, like an old Yankee Candle container or something they stuck that in? No shit. That coffee is dark. I think he gave me an Americano or something. What's a freaking Americano? Is that where they put espresso in it? That's good. I'm more fun when I'm caffeine. Alright. Let's get this. Let me smell it first. Give it the sniff test. I always gotta sniff the milk. Well, let's see if he was right about it being actually piping hot before we Mr. Freeze this coffee with this cold ass milk. I bought the coolest thing. I bought a milk frother that heats also. So you pour it in, you press a button, it heats it up and froths it at the same time. One of my best investments ever. Yeah, see, that's the temperature it should be at. But as soon as this milk goes in, all bets are off. Lukewarm. Here we come. Blah. Oh, that is dark. I like it dark. And that's aight right there. And I drank a little. Wow, I got a free freaking glass of milk out of the deal. This guy's like, oh, we don't serve coffee or espresso over here. I was just like, dude. And he's like, oh, you're that guy. Yeah, I'm the guy who makes you walk. But I tip real good. All right. Are we done obsessing about my coffee? Can I turn this around? Angela G with the 2 Bananagramas kicking off the super chat. Bro, have you ever visited AC? Hard Rock, I'd like it. I have not been in AC in, holy cow, probably like 15 years. It's been a long, long, long time. I mean, I was at last time I was at a Hard Rock was in, shoot, I went to both Hard Rocks in the span of a week to play poker in Florida, but that was about it. All right, let's get some angles correct here. Bam. That looks a little cockeyed, or is it my eye that's cockeyed? Oh, there we go. It's better now. I guess I could turn this around. Excuse me while I clear my throat. Bam. All right, let me set it back a little bit. You don't want to be all up on the grill. I don't know why I decided to wear red today. I don't think I look great in red, but it just seemed like the thing to do. You know why I like going gray, man, when I'm out in the casinos for some reason, you know what I'm saying? You've seen the movie. Red is just like everyone looks at you, but I don't really care today. You know, when I'm like through the casinos. All right. It's alright. And we still got some milk to drink. But yeah, I should go to AC soon. The last place outside of Vegas I was at was Harbor, the MGM at Harbor, Harbor National, with a buddy of mine, I don't know, a couple months ago. Larian, how you doing? Richie Vegas. Who else is here? Kelly is here. You gotta see Bror play no one. Yeah, right? The World Series of Poker has indeed kicked off. This is the first time I've been down here, so I can't say that I've seen anything of any consequence, but, you know, maybe from the old days I might run into a few people. But, let's have a little coffee. How's the sound? Should I crank it up or crank it down a little bit? I don't know. You know, because I'm sitting back from the camera. Usually I have it like 3 inches from my face to keep down on the wind, but let me know how it sounds. Because if it sounds good with 200 people on, sounds good, says Venus. Dustin, what's going on? Aaron, Angie, BC. All right, sounds good. In that case, being that it sounds good, I'm going to say something like, Bror Fredrik coming at you live from the Las Vegas Strip. I'm here at the Forum Shop at Caesar's Palace, having my coffee at the, what's the name of this place? I mean, I just come here like 5 times a week. True Bar. I love this place. They love me, kind of. You know, I put them to work a little bit. They got to walk around to do all that stuff for me. Ooh, what is that? Is that my hair? Oh, it's not even a hair. I don't know what that is. Whatever. But I love hanging out here, and I love hanging out with you guys, and I'm so glad you joined me. 200 people on in the first 11 minutes. That is awesome. It is Hump Day here in Las Vegas, and like I said, we're going to cover a little bit of local news, suck down this coffee, and then we're gonna go walk around a little bit because it's not, hasn't even broken 90 today, so it's kind of nice. And I feel like chilling. Yeah, it's like Ferrari red, right? This says, it's like a reflector. It says Everlast on it. I like their clothes. This is like the third shirt I bought from them, and they're pretty freaking comfortable. It's got that, you know, that sci-fi thing that's supposed to wick moisture and heat. It's all BS. But I buy them anyway. And the Under Armours when they're on sale. But anyway, I'm gonna invite you to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell button to get notified when I do this again, which is 5 times a week, sometimes 6. You never know if you inspire me to do so. And with Father's Day coming up, it's a perfect time to click on all the links in the description below. There's something for everyone. I got everything from the books that I read, to the underwear that I wear, to the colognes that I wear, to the coffee I drink, to the teas, Hanley. That's how I take care of my skin out in this roasting sun, 30% off. And you know I love Olight. Olight, the best damn flashlights and EDC gear known to man. 10% off. Use my coupon code right down there. Ladies. Your worst habit is procrastination, but you'll get to that later. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we should have 190 likes, right? How is my mouth? My mouth is okay. Like I said, I didn't feel like drinking anything today. They cut like a 1/2 inch flap out of the excess skin inside my mouth. It only required 3 stitches, and you know, I'll pop those out on my own when they get annoying, probably in a day or 2. But they schedule, every time I go in, they give me 2 appointments. I go in for one, and I think the next one's gonna be the last, and then they give me another one. So I got June 6th and June 12th or 13th. They're doing it little by little, which is fine, because if they did the whole thing at once, you know, all the surgery inside my mouth all at once, I wouldn't be able to talk for a while. This way, it's just like, you know, I can still come out, do my thing, work, do Zoom meetings, talk to you guys, which is more important than anything. So yeah, it went exceedingly well. Wasn't a lick of pain. I always take, I don't know about if it works for you guys, but the best painkiller that I've found, because like Oxy, none of Hydro, none of that stuff works on me whatsoever for pain. And like aspirin used to work, then it stopped after years of taking the stuff. But if I take 2 ibuprofen and 2 Tylenol, even if it's generic on both, that does the trick. Aleve doesn't even do shit for me. I see you. So yeah, I took 2 of those first. Didn't even know if I needed them, but yeah, it was a little bit sore. They left the tails on the stitches a little on the long side this time, and I haven't had time to go in there and clip on them and whatnot. But hopefully my voice gets back to normal by the time they're done. But at this rate, I mean, I knew it was going to be slow, but at this rate, it's probably going to be like freaking August before my mouth gets put back together. Give me my bionic face. All right, what do we got to talk about? We got to talk about stuff. Where's my stuffs? That is an excellent coffee. I'm already freaking wound. I said my last coffee was at like 6 or 7 or something like that. Okay. You guys over there talking amongst yourselves. I actually like that. I dig when you guys talk amongst yourselves. 221 people. All right, I'm gonna drop my chat out of the way so that I can read you a couple things. All right, as I was saying when I first started, you know, this story about how the casino event execs here in Las Vegas are like, they're like thumbing their nose at the common man. They said normally this stuff never makes it out of these 4 walls, but being that he actually said it on a conference call, on an earnings call, people are picking up on it because it's the way and the attitude by which these certain things were said. And I said they've been boiling the frog for a freaking year now. you know, just some brief calculations. What the? They better not start putting on no music in my favorite spot. I hope that's not. They got me one time over here. I got a copyright claim because I wasn't talking. But I usually don't have that problem. So hopefully I'm going to keep talking. This town currently is making $1 million, a little over $1 million an hour, just on the strip, $1 million an hour in gaming revenue between, you know, the 13 or however many properties they are. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot. You know, $1 million an hour. That's freaking nuts. Is that correct? Hold on. 24. Let me do this real quick. Let me make sure my numbers are right. I don't want to mislead you. Let's see here. Let's get all the zeros correct. All right, $1 billion divided by. Okay. Now let's take this back. It's actually 12 billion. We're gonna call it 12 billion divided by 365. Oh shit. I effed that up. Is no 300, so it's 337 million a day. That can't be right. Hold on. There's an extra 3 in there. Hold on. I'm starting over. Clear entry. Alright, let's add the zeros in now. That's 12 million, 120 million, 1.2 billion. Times 12 equals 14 billion, 400 million, divided by 365. So the town is currently making $39.5 million a day, just in gaming revenue. So let's divide that further by hours, 24 hours. So the town, I was off. The town is making $1.6 million per hour cumulatively, just in gaming revenue. Just on Buffalo, just on stupid progressives, on, you know, all the things they got going on. So they're like really feeling themselves, you know. They all got freaking boners, you know, and they're starting to brag, and I think it's going to backfire on them because they're bragging to this degree. Fortune magazine picked up the story. It was local. A couple of local outlets picked it up. Wall Street Journal picked it up. Fortune picked it up, and a few more. So it's starting to go a little bit viral, and this was as of yesterday. But again, reinforcing everything I said. The headlines of this Fortune magazine, which is no joke, article is the odds of winning big in Vegas just went down as casinos look to rid themselves of deadbeats. That's the headline of the story they're writing. All right, Las Vegas casinos are trying to weed out less affluent gamblers by reducing the odds and decreasing payouts. Bear in mind, they're making $1.6 million an hour, almost 40 million a day they're making. And the article, I'm going to read it, I don't care. So stay tuned. Let's drink a little coffee. Because I think this is interesting, and it's not like I feel vindicated that I've been saying this for a freaking year, because I see it. But the fact that it made mainstream media now, that it's going across the country, is kind of a big deal. But for some reason, these corporations, like, they give so little F's nowadays that they're not afraid to, you know, they're not afraid to commit suicide, which part of this, I think, is. All right, the article goes on to say, Las Vegas casinos are stacking the deck, figuratively speaking, in a bid to cater more exclusively to high rollers amid the flood of visitors to the gaming mecca of Las Vegas. According to the Wall Street Journal, so they're referring back to the Wall Street article, The industry believes it has so many gamblers coming to the strip just to lose their money that it can afford to weed out the undesirables by lowering the odds and shrinking the payouts. Let's continue. When he was asked, how are you doing this? What are you doing this? And this is a Caesars Entertainment CEO, Tom Reeg. Now, Caesars Entertainment, yeah. I mean, they're all doing it, but Caesars is speaking for the industry as a whole. Well, we're kicking out the lowest end of our clientele. You're supposed to put that in quotes, sick. They're kicking out the lower end of their clientele, explains Caesars Entertainment CEO Tom Reeg during a call with analysts this week. And he continues by saying, and I see no reason that needs to stop or would stop. Casinos in the city raked in a record 8. They're raising the music here. I can't believe it. I've never heard it this loud. Casinos in the city raked in $8.3 billion in revenue, blah, 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 last year. Even though the numbers are down of people visiting, the gaming is up. And this year it's projected to go to 14.4, as I just did the math. Being that Las Vegas is awash in revenue, even allowing us to finance a Major League Baseball team after the now they're talking about sports a little bit, blah, 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 blah. But the town is drawing stars like Taylor Swift and K-pop sensations at Allegiant, blah, 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 blah. Casinos apparently can afford to be more picky with the kind of gamblers and people that they want in town. Reeg believes that these events are bringing in the kind of higher tier clientele, if you will, replacing many of the lower tier clientele and the mid tier clientele, while it's still adding revenue to our bottom line and sustainability to those numbers. Holy freaking cow. You see what's going on here, right? According to the Wall Street Journal, analysts at Vegas Advantage estimate that 2/3 of all blackjack tables on the strip are now offering only 6-5 payouts opposed to the favorable 2-3. We all know that. They explain how that works, yada, yada, yada. The analysts also say that so-called 000 roulette tables, which feature an extra slot, thereby mathematically lowering the chance of anyone winning, have soared. And they go on and on and on and on. Like there was 78 of them at one time. As of the writing of this article, there's 111 taking place right now. So basically the article, I'm not going to keep reading, but basically the article is F you regular people, and we can afford to do without you at this point. We have rigged all the games, we've lowered the percentages on all the slots, we've rigged all the table games so far in our favor that we don't need you anymore. If you don't show up, you lower and mid-tier people, I think they're basically talking about us. I mean, if you happen to be high tier, good on you, whatever. I know I'm not. I know the majority of you guys probably aren't. So basically they're saying, F you, we don't need you, and we don't need your money. And it is sustainable, and we're gonna just keep going in this direction. We don't care. We don't care that we boiled the frog. You mean nothing to us, because our analytics and our statistics have proven that no matter how bad we treat you, no matter how bad we rig the games in our favor, you still come here and drop your money. But out of the other side of the mouth, he's saying, now we don't even want you. We feel that just with the high-end clientele, with their dump, like they want a guy who's going to come to town and drop 10,000 in a Buffalo instead of 10 people who are going to drop 1,000. they feel that's a sustainable business model here for Vegas now. So basically, this guy came out and said right to everyone's faces, F you, we don't need you here anymore. And on top of that, we don't want you here anymore. And he said, in that, you heard the words, he says, I don't see any need for that to stop, and there's no reason for it to stop, and it will not stop. This is the CEO of Caesars Entertainment speaking candidly on earnings call. I've been saying this forever. I'll read the, I can't really see, well, let me see if I can trigger the chat up here real quick. Bonk. Forgive me for sticking my fingers up your nose. Let's see if we can trigger that chat over here. But yeah, I've been saying that forever. Does the town cater? The town has always catered to, you know, more affluent. The town has always catered to people more willing to drop bigger coin. You know, that's just a given. But, uh-oh. Did I miss any super chats? I hope I didn't miss any super chats. I hate when that happens. Let me get back into my chat. I think I saw a gift membership. Did I miss that? I'm gonna scroll back far enough. I think I saw one, but I do not see it now. Someone did a gift membership. Thank you very much. Oh, it came up on the screen finally, covering my face. So yeah, that's where we're at now. Now that brings me, thank you for whoever did that. Oh, it says Janice Q gifted a membership and Captain Dave picked up on it. Now, see, here's the other thing that's weird. Yeah, MGM is in like everything is just like F you. We don't need you. If you don't have big ducats to drop, you know, and that's, I mean, if you think of just the prices for F1, I mean, the inside word is that nachos are gonna be $250 for a plate of nachos. I got that from an insider. It might not be that far from the truth. They're anticipating hot dogs being $175 during F1. You know, you have to have some FU money. You really don't have to care about spending money to spend $250 on some shitty ass tacos, because they're gonna be shitty ass tacos, you know? They're not gonna be nachos. You know, they're not gonna be like, oh, you know, Salt Bay is gonna come out and toss some salt on them. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. That's the direction everything is going. And it's not only permeating this town, it's starting to like expand into other markets because they're like, hey, if Vegas is doing it, you know, we'll do it too. But my belief also is the reason why us common folk, us lower tier individuals, you know, we're lower. I was just called a lower tier individual. Or maybe I'm a mid tier individual. I don't know. What does this guy consider me? You know, or us for that matter. I think people are enamored with the town because it got so much publicity during the shutdown. I mean, that's why my channel blew up. You know, quite frankly. And everyone else's did too, because this place does have it's Vegas. It's always gonna have an edge, but it gained some clout in a good way and in a bad way, because when the town first opened and they were digging through the depths of their email list and emailing everyone and anyone and offering them $10 rooms with no resorts fees, it packed the town with people who would never in a million years think of even coming to Vegas. Like, there was some downsides, there was a lot of shootings and fires and, you know, rooms being trashed and everything else took place. But Vegas became a place of clout. Like, when you walk out there now, the demographic has certainly lowered, you know, where the demographic used to be like 35 to 65, you know, was the demographic here in Vegas. Now the demographic has shifted to 21, you know, 21 to 40, because those $10 rooms brought a lot of people here that you know, consider this a clout place because it's the best place in the world to, you know, go ahead and take your IG pictures. Oh, I got a commercial. Let's get this commercial. What is it, board shorts? I don't need, oh, Saks Fifth Avenue board shorts. At least they gave me the AAAs. Thank you for that AAA advertisement. So yeah, that's what's taking place now. So, you know, everyone's like out there IGing for clout. Look at me, I do Vegas, yo, you know. Like, you know, I trip over people like that. It's a freaking clout factory now. You got Men's Warehouses to give me the good one. Farmer's Dog, I don't think I ever heard of them. Man, you gonna sell your house? Anyway, but that's what's going on. But now they want to get rid of those people that they brought in who are clout chasing. So you got your clout chasing people, which is basically a younger crowd. Now they're saying, we got to get rid of these people. So they've been escalating the prices to try to get rid of them, yet they still keep coming because they spent money and they're coming back. So they train people that, hey, if you drop some coin with us, we'll give you a discount, yada, yada, yada. And it's not keeping people away. It's keeping a criminal element away. It's keeping like a lot of troublemakers out of town. But, you know, they've come out and said, we don't even want you. Now, the ironic thing about this whole statement from Tom, CEO of Caesars Entertainment, tell me what properties are high-end in the Caesars Entertainment stable. The only one that they could genuinely say is high-end is Caesars Palace, where we are now. You know, this mall, definitely high-end, even though it's a Simon mall. It's not, you know, it's not a Caesars property. This is a Simon managed and possibly co-owned mall. I'd have to look that up. You can look it up. But it's not theirs. It's attached, so it's Caesars Forum. Caesars Palace, that, I mean, what are they talking about that they want to eliminate people like you and me, middle class, upper middle class, lower middle class? They want to eliminate us, but we're the ones who stay at, well, not me, but we're the ones who stay at Harrah's and Flamingo and Lynx. Are those high-end properties? Are they going to bring in just whales and millionaires to go stay at the Flamingo? Please, you know, so that leaves them. So what he's saying doesn't even make sense. How could he eliminate the middle class and the middle tier people? And what, he's gonna fill what other properties? I mean, Paris, even with the urinals falling off the walls in the men's bathroom. You know, so the only property he could say is genuinely, you know, an upper class property would be Caesars. You know, there's some beautiful rooms and everything in Caesars, but, you know, but the rest of their holdings are all designed to cater to the middle class and the upper middle class and the lower middle class. I mean, that's a given. So I don't know what he's talking about. Now, if you shift over to MGM, I see validity in that statement, you know, because you got Bellagio, you got Aria, you got Cosmo. They have a stable of properties that do and can support high-end wealthy clientele, but Caesars does not. So he was speaking for everyone, even though he only technically has one property that he could house those people, because he'll be hard-pressed to get wells over to frickin' Harrah's, you know what, and trip over, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to go there, you know? So they want to get rid of riffraff, but people who are sitting in front of their machines, spending time, spending money to the tune of $1.6 million an hour, they want to get rid of those people because they're now riffraff. Interesting. It's freaking interesting. Funny thing is, they're going to try. You know, they are definitely going to try to do that. No ifs, ands, or buts. I need a little water. But I can't see them bringing people over there. Now, How do I feel about Vegas as a whole? What I've seen, because I've been here like most of my adult life, off and on, and in Reno and in Lake Tahoe. Would I like to see the town return to, you know, like a little more class? Yeah. I gotta admit, you know, I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say that I don't. I mean, I wish this town would go back to sports jackets, and you know, I wish there was. I wish there was a little more class in town. I wish there was less kids in town. I mean, if they want to eliminate lower tier people, all they got to do is say kids are not allowed, and make all these places 18 and up minimum, and get rid of all the kids. I mean, that would easily solve that problem, because generally people who bring in their kids are in the tier that they're not interested in, and they're coming here for a vacation and slipping a couple of bucks in the machines whenever they can, because, you know, they got their freaking kids to watch. You know, this is just a vacation for them to kind of, you know, look around and have fun or whatever. So they got to eliminate that. I wouldn't mind if they got rid of the kids. Sorry to all you people who have kids out there, but Vegas, you know, should be a 21 and up town. You know, I shouldn't have to trip over strollers and whatnot. But you parent the way you want to parent. You know, if you don't mind your kids exposed to, you know, 420 and fentanyl zombies and everything else that they encounter here, it's not for me to decide. That's for you to decide. But 21 and over, like someone just said here, Vegas should be a rite of passage. Not like, oh, my kid loves Vegas. Whenever I hear that, I'm just like, you're so full of shit. You are so full of shit. Because the child you're talking about doesn't even talk yet. It doesn't even speak. It's a freaking toddler, and you're telling me it loves Vegas? Why, because it didn't do poo-poo, you know, every 5 minutes? What are you talking about? But anyway, I digress. But that would clean up that problem. Do I miss the, you know, the level of elegance? You know, yeah. I mean, do I mind people basically dressing up like they're going? I mean, people in this town now, quite frankly, they dress up like they were going to Walmart, including myself. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, let's get real. Do I look like I'm going to Walmart? Heck yeah. I look like I'm freaking going to Walmart. You know, I'm not gonna bullshit. I feel like I'm going to Walmart. But, you know, I got decent sneakers on, and I got some carbon black jeans, I got an Everlast shirt, you know, got a little titanium. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm dressed like I'm going to Walmart. This is how I go to Walmart, you know, to go around town, because everyone else does. You know, when I dress, let me fix that camera. When I dress a little nicer, people always walk up to me and they say, "Excuse me, sir, which way is the bathroom?" Because if you dress nice, you can't possibly be, you know, like a tourist. You must work here. If you have a sport jacket on or something. So yeah, I do miss that. But the majority of people, as I look around here, this is what people wear to Walmart. Is what they're wearing to Vegas. Do I like that? Whatever floats your boat, but I would prefer if this town, you know, had that kind of elegant edge, you know? Like the whole town should be like you're going to a party, not like you're going to frickin' Walmart. But that's just me, you know, you do you. I'll stay in my lane with that, because, you know, I want to blend in too, and I'm getting tired of being asked, hey, where's the bathroom? I mean, I will put on dress shirts and shoes. Whoa, someone just fell down the stairs. That's deep. But you rarely see that anymore. Now, it doesn't have to be over the top, everyone in tuxes and whatnot, but a certain thing. But, you know, like, I'm looking around. We're at Caesar's Palace, and you'd think, like, if you closed your eyes, spun me around twice, I couldn't tell the difference between being in Caesar's Palace or being in Walmart. That's where we're at now, you know? And I remember the day that happened like it was yesterday. You know, when Bellagio opened, I got invited to the pre-opening, so I was already inside in a sport coat, you know, looking good, doing my thing, when they opened the doors. Because I had the radio show, I had like clout. I probably have more clout doing this than I did with the radio show, but it's a perception thing. Ooh, he's on the radio, you know, versus, oh, he's on YouTube. So it's a little different on the clout level. Wow, they're tweaking the music little by little by little. I hope we don't get spanked on this. That would suck. So I watch people come in with flip-flops, wife beaters, like really bad cargo shorts, and fanny packs to the opening day at Caesars. And the execs and everyone there, and there was some famous people, you know, I was chilling with and whatnot, not gonna name drop. Everyone was aghast. It was kind of hot too that day. Everyone was, their jaws dropped. They were just like, as these people rushed through the door like it was fucking Black Friday, you know, at Best Buy, trying to score 25 bucks off a flat screen TV. You know, and everyone was like just aghast. They were just like, but you know what happened? Long story short, well, short story long, they all rushed to the machines and freaking jammed hundreds in there and started playing. And everyone was like, huh. So those fanny packs evidently are stuffed with money. Did you see that, Bob? Yeah. Alright, fuck it. Let it go. And from that day forward, all bets were off. Because when people got to walk into the most elegant property that was opening in Vegas in like forever, and there was no dress code, and no one cared if you were wearing flip-flops, no one even cared if you were wearing shoes. You could have had them black feet, you know, like the quarter water feet and whatnot. Yeah, could you hook me up with a refill?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Thank you, man. No, I'm good with that. Cool, dude. And like, you could have black feet and, you know, like, and they wouldn't care because they were still dropping money. So nobody, like from that day forward, all bets were off. And that set the tempo that Vegas don't care. And I get, you know, I hear a lot of people, they're like, oh, F it, you know, I just want to be comfortable, this and that. But going back to me, all right, am I comfortable right now? Yeah, I'm comfortable. I ain't gonna say no, you know, but I could go to Walmart like this. I wouldn't go red to Walmart. I don't like sticking out like this. This is making me slightly uncomfortable. But I go gray, man, for the most part, you know. But yeah, I can go to Walmart. I can go to the high limit room at Bellagio, and then straight to Walmart. And then when I'm done with Walmart, I can come back to the high limit room at Aria. And no one would give a shit, you know, because they don't know how much is in my pocket. And I preach that, you know, it doesn't matter because they don't know what's in your pocket, but they want to. But getting back to me, would I personally feel better, dressed better? Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Like, I would feel better right now if I was in a nice designer sport coat with, you know, not a tie, but a nice dress shirt, little nicer slacks, you know, some shoes on. I would personally feel better. Not feel better about myself, but it's a matter of look good, feel good, look good. I mean, there's one thing being comfortable. Like, I'm so comfortable that I could wear some ratty ass shit and go to the bodega at 2 in the morning and go buy some milk, and nobody's gonna say nothing because, you know, hey, I'm me, you know, who cares? But I still take pride in my appearance, you know, feel good, look good, feel good, you know what I'm saying? Oh, super chatted. Richard C with the 15 Bananamas. Thank you very much. That is very, very kind of you. Thank you, and thank you for kicking back off that super chat activities. And if anyone else wants to join in, very good. You know, feel good. If you feel good, you look good. If you look good, you feel good. It's just the way it is. So yes, I am comfortable. I feel okay with the way I'm dressed. I'd walk right into the high limit room. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Haven't even finished this one, and we off to the second one. Ooh, that came straight out the. Let's check it out. That came straight out the. It's still got the foam on there. So yeah, come on, get back up there. So, you know, so I'm not gonna knock people who say, hey, you know, I'm going all the way to Vegas, I'm spending my money, I don't give a shit, I just want to be comfortable. I get it, I get you. But I'll tell you what, if you put on a freaking suit, you'd look better, you'd feel better. Granted, okay, it's very throttling in this town, especially, who's trolling? Is someone trolling? Alright, let's take care of that right now. Yeah, just don't even, just block him. Don't eliminate his comments. Just get rid of him. Okay. So, yeah, you would feel better, but it is limiting when it's freaking 200 degrees out. You know, I'm not gonna bullshit you, but you know, it's different. It's different. You would feel good walking around in a suit and tie, you know? Well, maybe not a tie, but just, you know, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just saying I would feel better if I was dressed better. And I think the atmosphere would be better if when you looked around, you know, you saw other people equivalently dressed. It's just me. I mean, but that's what they're gonna try to go for in town now. That's exactly what they're looking to do. So we'll see. So I do lament. I mean, there was a time, let's face it, where, I mean, you go back in those historical black and whites where, you know, when you got on a Pan Am airline, I remember Pan Am when I was a kid. I ain't that old. You know, people would dress to get on an airplane, you know, because it was like, you know, a little bit prestigious. Oh shit, I'm going on an airplane, and men would get dressed and women would get dressed. And I remember my mom's putting on those long white gloves with the Jackie O glasses, whatever, you know, to get on an airplane and stuff. I remember that, you know, because it was a certain thing, you know, but now it's like, pack people on like, you know, like Spirit Airlines, you know, and shit like that. But whatever. Oh, speaking of airlines, there's a new proposal amongst one of the aviation unions or whatever. Like one of the let's see, what is it? What do they call those? I'm at a loss. One of the associations that speaks up for the airlines. I don't know why I can't think of it. But anyway, they want to weigh everyone who gets on a plane. That's the latest thing. How do you feel about that? That's a good topic right there, because they're like, hey, wait a second. We're limiting how much baggage. They're saying everyone can only bring a 65-pound bag onto our airplane because it's costing us fuel. This has nothing to do with nothing except money. But then you got, like, you know, me pushing 180, carrying my 65-pound bag on. I cost X amount of fuel to go from here to New York. Then you get someone who's 300 pounds. He or she gets the same 65-pound limit, but that's 365 pounds. So they're an extra 150 pounds more than me in fuel costs. So now, because fuel is getting so expensive and we've ripped through our reserves, they're actually proposing that. And some people think it's like, oh, well, that's like fat shaming and fat phobia, which is, I hate the word phobia because I'm not afraid of fat people. Just don't sit on me in a fight, I'm afraid of that. If I'm gonna duke it out with a 400-pound dude, I don't want him sitting on me, So that's the only time I'm afraid of fat people. Other than that, I don't give a shit. No one else does either. Phobia means fear. So nobody's phobic. Like it's being bandied around now. That's a BS word, But anyway, yeah, so they're gonna try to do that, And I've been on some flights too. The last plane I was on the way out, when I left Vegas, there was this giant dude. He wasn't fat. He was just big, like not bodybuilder big, but more like power lifter big, just like big everywhere. And yeah, he was oozing all over into my side of the seat, and I'm just like, yo, I paid for my seat and you're occupying part of it, It's like, like this and whatnot. You're supposed to have like the etiquette where, someone gets the arm thing and you get the other one. No, this guy was just so big, he just spilled over into everyone. So, and say, oh, well, that's not fair because the seats are so small and blah, 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 blah. And then on the way back, this enormous woman was in my seat. I mean, and this dude, he must have went on a drinking binge because like every breath and every pore of his body was like 2- and 3-day-old alcohol stink. That was nasty. And on the way back, I was sitting next to a woman who was probably pushing 300 or 400 pounds too, and she was all oozed into my seat. I mean, I could. She was so close, and she was such a large-bodied woman that if you put your hands like this, you could literally feel the heat coming off of her, and I had to deal with that from Washington, D.C. all the way back to Vegas. And that's a long flight. And then eventually, she stopped doing this and she just like got so comfortable. And I was cool with her, except she pulled up the, she didn't even want the armrest. She pulled that up. That way she could just expand over the 3 seats because she was in the middle. And that I wasn't going for, So she turned to do something. She literally had a sack of cheeseburgers from one of the places like McDonald's. She legitimately had a sack of burgers with her. But she was, in her mind, she'll probably tell you that it's a hormone issue or something like that, metabolism. But she had a sack of cheeseburgers. And I'm not shaming, but you can control what you put in your face. So, she's eating the cheeseburgers, so she reached down to go get her cheeseburgers, if you can call it reaching down. I flipped that shit down quick, pop, to set up like some type of barrier to keep her kinda on her side. But between the giant dude with the bad alcohol breath and her and her cheeseburgers with extra onions and whatnot, it was just like this. And I'm like, fuck, I paid for the seat. I paid the same amount as you did. Why am I the one doing this in my seat, That's some BS right there. But the reason why they want to start weighing people isn't about that. I just figured I'd tell a story. It is about the fact that it just costs more. And planes have a certain weight limit. And Americans tend to be, I was talking to someone not too long ago who's not from this country, and he was like, dude, people in your country are huge. He said, I don't see this in my country, the food is so expensive. Dude from France. He's like, the food is so expensive, everyone's freaking skinny. The dudes are like 160 and the chicks are like 95 because, a croissant is 20 bucks. But here we got cheap food that people are just pounding down their face, So he's like, but I get it. The plane has a weight limit, just like an elevator, and the average American is obese. I mean, let's just face it, the average American is obese. And, we're just stuffing on the planes and whatnot, But 65 pounds for the bag, so they're going to start trying to put everyone on scales soon. Holy cow, that's going to create an uproar. Is Lizzo going to be the spokesperson against that? because she can't fit in one seat. Okay, you could say, well, they should buy 2 seats. Is that the problem? I think better education in food and eating would be a little better solution, but people don't care. Because, you know, like, you're phobic if you care or whatnot, that you have to go like this on an airplane because someone's leaning on you. That makes you phobic. Or, what is the other solution? Bigger seats? Well, we all know that's not going to happen. They already have the belt extenders. Like, the average airline belt does not go around a lot of people now, so they have like an extender that clips, you know, that way you can hold people in place because everyone needs one and whatnot, so they made that accommodation. But the seats aren't getting smaller. But there maybe should be an air, I don't know. What is the solution except people actually giving a shit about their health? I mean, what you put down your face is basically the only thing you can control in life. You can't control the weather, you can't control the people around you, you can't control your job, you can't control what's in your bank account, you can't control nothing. But you can control what you put in your mouth, you know? So it's up to us. It's almost the only thing you can control in your life is what you eat. But now that doesn't matter anymore. And you know why? Okay, here's my theory. The reason why the acceptance thing is a big deal now is so they can sell you drugs. It's for big pharma, you know? It's for big pharma to sell you, you know, all the diabetes drugs and all the rest of that. You know, otherwise they'd be pushing everyone to get skinny. But the bigger they can make you, the bigger they can make you. I mean, diabetes and all those things is almost a guarantee when you're overweight. It's almost a guarantee. So what does that do? It makes you a guaranteed customer for big pharma. You know, guaranteed. So, I mean, if you happen to be big, like Captain Dave's a big dude, you know, don't get me wrong. Captain Dave's a big dude. It's not his fault he's a big dude, you know, he's not overweight. You know, Captain Dave is a big dude. So, yeah, he would be, like, encroaching a little on me and my seat or whatnot. So they can't fix it. So we all got to kind of get along and make a joke out of it. But, you know, when someone can control that, that's a little different. You know, but do you want to set yourself up to? That's all this whole acceptance thing is all about. Wouldn't surprise me if, like, people like Lizzo were on the freaking payroll of the pharmaceutical companies, to be perfectly honest, you know? Because she's promoting an unhealthy lifestyle which guarantees you're going to be taking some type of pill. And probably till the day you die. So you got a built-in client, you know, the bigger you can get someone. Skinny people don't suffer the same ailments as larger people. Fact. I'm sorry if that hurts anyone's feelings, but it's true. Okay, enough of that. That was a good ranty McRanterson. So let's see. I'm not really paying attention. If I miss any super chats, please let me know, because I always am appreciative and I always like saying thank you. But I got one other thing to read you. You dropped a chalupa? Don't waste the chalupas. I mean, you could eat, but you know, like, okay, eating salads all day and then eating 5 pounds of rice and beans and everything else at night is not dieting. You know, you gotta take it seriously. You know, you will feel better. I mean, diets suck. I remember when I was like into bodybuilding, I was all freaking ripped. It looked like a walking anatomy chart and shit. That sucked. I mean, that sounds like the most effed up thing in the world. Like well, that's a fucking high class problem, Bror Fredrik. But it sucked. I had problems with eating because I used to have to like weigh everything out. Oh, 200 grams of sweet potato and just eat the same stuff day in and day out. sweet potato, lean chicken. I mean, just day after day, and then having to force myself to eat the same exact meal 5 or 6 times a day, every 3 or 4 hours. That was torture. I mean, it sounds effed up because it's not the same thing as I was doing that on purpose to gain a certain aesthetic. So, oh, I got a commercial. Let's get rid of the Electrobike commercial. You know, that was more me trying to go after a specific aesthetic, but someone trying to lose weight because they have to, because of health issues, yeah, it's a whole different thing. But let me tell you something real quick. If you're dealing with health issues and you want to lose weight, don't do it for yourself. Do it for the people around you that love you and want you around, you know? Because they don't want to see you suffer. They don't want to see your quality of life diminish. They want to see you be able to get off the couch and go play with your grandkids and whatnot and do all those things. Yeah, you can take that one. Thank you, I appreciate it. Don't do it, I mean, if you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for the people who love and care about you, you know? Do it for them. And then you'll see the benefits after. Trust me. Oh, there go with the music again. What are you talking about? Carnivore is better than keto. Yeah, I got thoughts on both of those. You lost 80 pounds in 12 months on keto. Just do something. I mean, the worst thing, the thing that's killing most people is carbohydrates. So any way you cut it, whether you do a carnivore diet, whether you do a keto diet, it's the freaking carbs that are killing you. Kyle, member for 22 months. I love you, Kyle. I love you, bro. You know? It's the carbohydrates. Think of this in terms of carbohydrates. Your body needs X amount of carbs to function, like fuel. Like, consider your body like say you have a car and it has a 20-gallon gas tank. That means it can only hold 20 gallons. But what we do to our body, like when you start putting extra gas in, it overflows. But you don't want to waste it, right? So what do? You get a bunch of 5-gallon jugs and you hang them on the outside of the car and you fill them up until the entire outside of the car is nothing but 5-gallon jugs of gasoline because the fuel is already used up. Your tank is full. So all the excess, you're hanging those jugs on the outside. Same thing you're doing to your body. Your body only needs X amount of carbohydrates as fuel to survive. I'm not even going to get into the keto, ketosis, all that other shit. Just a simple analogy. The more you pump your body with carbs beyond what's necessary, that's when you go. I mean, I've got a little bit too going on now since I stopped working out, but I'm kind of cognizant of it. So it's the carbs. And what is carbs? Carbs is all the good stuff. Carbs, unfortunately, is all the tasty stuff. It's all the donuts, it's all the cakes, it's all the ice cream, it's all the sugar, it's all the pastries, it's all the pastas, it's all the potatoes, it's all the rice, it's all the good stuff. And you know what? That level of carbs gives you an endorphin hit too. So you're removing like an endorphin hit from your body too when you start cutting down on carbs. But the quickest way to get everything in check is just to cut down on the carbohydrates, because that's what's getting you. Is it easy? No. But on the plus side, everyone, you could eat as much steak as your heart's desired, because it takes so many calories to consume a protein in that state that I'm not saying it's a net zero like broccoli. Broccoli takes like, you intake 10 calories, but it takes 12 to break it down, so you're at a net loss. It's not like that, but it takes a lot of calories. I mean, you burn you burn calories to digest protein. So it's not unhealthy. That whole saturated fat thing was a fucking lie. That saturated fat kills you. Dudes, you cannot make testosterone if you don't consume enough saturated fat, aka meat. Plus it has complex aminos for your muscles, bam. And it has creatine for your muscles, bam. So you could eat all the meat you want. You just gotta ditch the freaking breads and the pastas and the rest of that. Just eat meat. You know what I do? Like, I'll get like tough meat, because meat's getting freaking expensive too now. I'll get like a tough thing of meat, like I-round. I-round is the same thing that they use when you're at the shoe repair place to fix your soles. I mean, I think it is. I could be wrong. But what I do with that is I cut it up in thin slices. Not as thin as bacon, but like maybe 1/4 inch or so, and I slice that up against the grain. Don't go with the grain, otherwise you get freaking rubber bands. You go against the grain, and you cut it up thin, and then I season it. I put some balsamic vinegar in there to start breaking it down, put all my spices, and then I flash fry it, like kind of wok fry it, real high heat, with some olive oil and some butter. Turn that shit into bacon, and I'll eat that all day. I will literally eat that all day. Like when I'm working on a computer and I'm doing stuff, blah, blah, blah. You'll see it in the studio. I'm eating delicious pieces of, like, not jerky per se, but I'm eating meat all day. I eat meat all freaking day. And my kidneys are fine. My digestion is fine. My blood tests are fine because I'm not sucking down carbs. Because I can't because of the gluten thing. I mean, the most carbs I get is probably from the sugars that I eat, which nominally I probably consume, even though everyone will tease me about my coffee consumption, I probably consume less sugar than what's in an average can of soda or pop, depending where you are, in the grand scheme of things, because there's 28 to 35 grams of sugar in the average, can of Coke and Pepsi and all those soft drinks and whatnot. So, a couple of these a day, like if I'm consuming what the average person consumes in terms of, pop or soda, it's very minimal in the grand scheme of things. Plus soda just like dings your testosterone as a dude. I mean, that's the first thing you should stop doing. Besides that's doing damage. So easy I wouldn't say it's easy, but you can control what you put in your body. You can. Don't let anyone tell you different. That's in your power. You're not big boned. I've seen a lot of skeletons. They all kind of look the same. I haven't seen no big bone skeletons and any small bone skeletons. Skeleton's a skeleton. So big bone, toss that excuse out. My metabolism, yeah, I mean, it's very rare that you can have a chronic disease that messes up your metabolism to the point where you eat like 1,000 calories a day, but you're still growing. No, follow yourself around, write down everything and write down the caloric intake, and see where you're at. I mean, the average person doesn't require, the average woman's intake is gonna blow your mind. Should be around 1,500 calories a day. That's what a woman technically needs to survive, is 1,500 calories a day. A cheeseburger is like 9 or 10. One of them fancy schmancy, $7-8 freaking Starbucks macchiato, blah blah blah, whatever bullshits. Those are like 1,100. There's your caloric intake for the entire freaking day. So a woman should be at around 1,500, and a man should be around 22. Proven. That is proven. So if I wanted to gain weight, I would consume over 22, factoring in what I burn by walking and do. Like if you have an office job, 22. If you're a firefighter or a sewer worker or you do roofing or something like that, it's a physically active job, you're on the force, whatever. Yeah, you're gonna probably need like 28 to 3. And just to maintain. But a woman maintains at 15, a man maintains at 22. Plus or minus, your activity level. But, a woman will be quick to say, it's my metabolism, oh, ever since I had that baby, yada, 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 yada. 1,500, just do the math and tell me if you're doing, okay, if you're doing 1,500 calories a day and you're still getting bigger year over year because of hormone issues, then you probably do have a hormone issue, which can be fixed. But 1,500 calories, that's not a lot. It is a lot and it's not a lot. Depends on what you eat. 1,500 calories of steak, it's not the, you could eat a lot of steak and maintain 1,500 calories. You could eat a shitload of broccoli for 1,500 calories, but can you eat a ton of pizza for 1,500 calories? No. Because of the carbs. Because of the freaking carbs. And dudes, you know the deal. Like my thing was, I forced myself to eat between 4,000 and 5,000 every day. And that was even more of a project. Like trying to overeat was just as tiresome and grueling as trying to undereat. But there you go. So I was gonna read you one more thing. What time is it? 7:13. We got time to walk around a little. I got issues, but boobies are the jam. They're great. Boobies are. 1,500 calories in a coma. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Doesn't make it any less true. Marzan, what's going on? But check it out. 1,500 calories depends what they are, Depends what they are. 1,500 calories of string beans, you couldn't finish in a lifetime because a string bean is like 1 freaking calorie. But we're all about consuming things that are high caloric intake, and they're not good for us. They just aren't. Alright, I'm gonna read you one more thing which might excite you. In contrary, I don't know, how did we get into this? We were talking about getting weighed before airplanes. That's how I got into that. But, hold on. And we were talking about how this town wants to get rid of people like you and me because we're just like too low budget and lowbrow for Las Vegas. But on the other hand, Downtown Grand is kicking off Welcome Back to the Downtown Deal to remind locals and visitors alike the value that downtown Vegas has to offer. See, this is like the Bud Light situation where everyone saw the Bud Light situation, so like all the other light beer commercials were like, hey, you can come drink us, we still wave American flags, look at us, bruh. So being that Tom, the CEO from Caesar's Palace, is going viral for saying he doesn't give a shit about, people who aren't millionaires. He doesn't give a shit about average people visiting his properties. Downtown Grand picked up on this and said, let's see how we can make a buck on this. Okay, so what Downtown Grand decided to do, they want to remind locals and visitors alike of the value that downtown has to offer. It's tough just getting a half a gallon of gas on 20 bucks, but that doesn't mean that your 20 bucks won't go far at the Downtown Grand. Dig this. The Downtown Deal is comprised of several offerings at the Downtown Grand, including no resorts fees for locals. Parking is free for hotel guests, gaming customers, and dining customers, which means you got to get validated, but that's cool. $5 craps tables with 10 times odds, with 10x odds. They're starting this. This is kind of cool. I've never really been a fan of the Grand, but I mean, it's not it's not Bellagio, but whatever. $5 craps with 10x odds. $1 blackjack with a $1 progressive ad. $1. They're bringing back $1 blackjack and $5 craps with 10x odds across the board on any number. It's not 3, 5, 10. It's not it's not 3, 5, 6. None of that. 10x across. Doesn't matter what the point is. $2 Nathan's Famous Hot Dogs and it comes with a Pabst Blue Ribbon at their hot dog carts. $5 roulette using $1 chips. So you just got to make a minimum bet of $5. Use the $1 chip. You got to place 5 individual bets or all on one. $5. $3.50 Pabst PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon, and a shot of Evan Williams bourbon for $3.50. So you get a shot and a beer for $3.50. And they got a 3-course lunch deal at the Triple George, which I've been to for $20. So the cats who run the Grand looked at what Tom's doing, telling everybody, F you and your peasant money. And they're just like, we'll take that peasant money. Come on downtown. So I think that's absolutely freaking awesome. $1 black, free parking, so you gotta get validated unless you're staying there. Free parking, no resort fees for locals. I don't know why they don't give it to the people, but maybe it is for the people, the tourists. But no resort fees for locals, that's what it said. $5 craps, $5 roulette, and $1 blackjack. Score. So they don't have a problem. They're just like, hey, everyone's money's green. Come on down to the Grand. I've been to the Grand. I mean, it's no aria, but $5 craps is fun. $5 craps with a $500 buy-in. Yeah, you're freaking having the time of your life. You feel me? Every song starts off like stupid loud, and then they work their way back down. All right, are we ready to go outside yet? Are you guys ready to go outside? Go see some of the peasants? Should we go see peasants in the street? Yeah, let's go see the peasants that Tom wants to get rid of. All right, what do we got? 300 and something people's on. All right, yeah, okay, let's go. But yeah, you could hang out there all freaking $5 on roulette because it takes like a month to freaking play. It's like baseball. It's like the baseball of table games. 500 will last you a long time. It's 100 bets, and you're gonna hit something here and there. All right, I'm gonna go kern this guy up. Let me get his money right. I hope I brought money with me. Yeah, I think I got money with me. All right, let me coin this guy up here, and then we'll go take a look at everyone. We'll see what's up. Bam. Oh, I pressed too many times. All right, 1 and a 2. There we go. All right, let me just go dupe this guy out here. Man, I made a mess up in here. Is he gonna put me on a scale? Is he gonna charge me by the pound? I don't know. Sounds so freaking nice. Look at this. I'm like cleaning this table. At Duke Homes, $10 tip there. What did he charge me? He charged me like $8. For Americanos, that ain't bad. And I am freaking highly caffeinated right now. I am more animated when I'm highly caffeinated. Some people are more animated when they're highly freaking drunk. Not me. I need these caffeines. Alright, let's give them some love because they always cool to me. The chicks who were in here were a little cooler, but these guys are alright too. True Bar, what up? Someone was asking me the other day, it was like, holy cow, what the heck is this? The other day we were talking about, he's like, I know you're a fan of prenups. And he wanted me to explain my oh, I gotta get off their Wi-Fi, hold on. Whoa, that is stupid loud. What is it? Oh, they keep advertising a watch company out there. Alright, I get it. Watch company. She's all in her yellows. She's got all the yellows on. Yeah, this guy was asking me about prenups. Because he knows my take on them. I think everyone should have a prenup. Even if you're a woman. You should, like, suggest it, but... No, I'm not freaking creeping on you. I do like the yellow, but I'm not creeping on you. Oh, he's in a tie. See, it's... What's his name? What's that guy's name? Cat Williams? Is that him? I think that was him. I went so far as to say, you should have like a dating contract. I believe in dating contracts. Like if you're gonna like seriously date someone, you should put it in writing, just like a prenup. You know, if someone does something stupid, you should get all your stuff back. Yeah, I believe in dating contracts. But anyway, what brought that up? Yeah, he was asking me about that, and something else came up along those lines. I don't know what. It is for shit. If it was like this all year long, I'd be happy. It's probably like 84 right now and dry. It is beautiful out. What are they craning over there? Got all the crane activities. All the craneage. There was a point to that. I did want to get into my concept about it, but there was another point I had to make about that. I forgot. I done forgot. So let's see all the common people that they want to get rid of. Alright, these three, Tom wants them out. This whole crew here, Tom from Caesar's Palace wants them gone. Wants them gone. Wants him gone. Wants these two gone. Wants these three gone. Like basically wants everyone gone. Like all these people here who are walking. Tom from Caesar's Palace does not believe you have a place in this town anymore.
You're not donating?
What up, what up? No, I do not want to donate. This guy, yeah, Tom wants him gone. Does Tom want these two gone? No, I don't think no. Does he want her gone? I don't think so. She looks like she has money. But you never know who has money these days, you know? You just never know. You can't like be judging books by the cover. Like this girl here could be a multi-millionaire on TikTok. You never know. But Tom wants him gone anyway. Freaking Tom. We're going all rebel. See, he wants everyone on the street corner gone. See, now you see what I'm saying? If you think about it. He wants all these people gone. He wants her gone. Wants him gone. Wants these three gone. No, they might have money. Wants these people gone. Because he believes that millionaires who are flocking to town to stay at Harrah's are sufficient. And there's no reason to change. Alright, let's see how that works out. The only thing they could do different is have that dude Dylan do a commercial for them. Wow, I didn't even realize they closed down the street. Why aren't we walking in the middle? Yay. This is so gangster. Let's walk in the middle of the strip. Oh, I can't wait for the days when this is just closed to cars. I mean, I know a lot of people think that's nuts, but I love it. I love the concept. I'd be all right with it. I mean, that's because I've probably driven up and down it like 10,000 times, so I don't really care anymore. But if you never had the experience of driving up and down, maybe it means something. But this is fun. Surprise! Oh, see, I started a trend. They walking in the street too. What up? I'm a trendsetter. So while I have your attention, I think that was a great conversation. I'm going to invite you again to like, share, subscribe, and especially hit that bell button. And when we get in the studio, we're going to have more conversations like that. Plus, I can see your input a little better and interact when you tell me, hey, Bror Fredrik, you don't know what the F you're talking about. You know, I can pull up actual research. Pop it on the screen. Good times. Yeah, he wants all these people gone. Gone. Let's see. Gone. Wants everyone gone. Why don't you look and see where her eyeballs were? What you looking at, woman? Do. I don't want to get spanked. Do. Wow, that's loud AF. So he thinks if he gets rid of us trash, that the people with like stupid amounts of money are just gonna flock to the links. All right, let's see how that works out for you, Tom. It's interesting. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah, you know, sometimes I just gotta get some stuff off my chest. I mean, you know, I am spitting facts, you know, because I could back them up. I mean, whether you want to agree with facts or not, that's up to the individual. If it's ever my opinion, I'll let it be known. This is my opinion. And then you can tear me a new one. But facts are facts. Let's see, was he looking at me the whole time? Did he put out a bolo on me for walking in the street? No. See, he wants all these people going, get out of town. Get out of my town. Get out of my town. Should these get out of my town? No. They every one of them had a $1,000 Apple Watch on. They can stay. They can stay. The new Apple Watch. They're allowed to stay. But did the airplanes weigh them? Oh, look. Invasive species bird. I was going to go over to Planet Hollywood tonight and start over there. But they had Flamingo closed. I had to drive basically up to Utah and back around to get to the oral surgery place today. Because they had, this was completely closed. This is Flamingus. Oh, this cop's bolted. He's making a move. What's he doing? He's gonna holler at someone. Oh yeah, he's coming. Oh, see? He's gonna holler at these here people. Look, he's like, get out of my town. He's like, Tom told me to leave you of my town. Oh, he looks like a cool dude. See, I got over. I dodged that bullet. Maybe they're gonna do that with me. Hey, Bror Fredrik, let me see your bank account before you come to town. Yeah, wouldn't that be funny if they started doing like credit checks to allow you into town? Like, that is completely controllable. They're actually choosing that, unfortunately. I mean, sans having like serious medical conditions, but that unfortunately is, oh, look at this. Let's bring the baby down the escalator backwards. That looks like a sound move. Oh, I gotta do the mute over here. Hold on. I mean, if Tom wants to bring nothing but millionaires here, he better step up his maintenance game. Because this bridge looks like it's going to collapse soon. It's all falling apart. Wow, it's warm in here. What up? What up with that? Back on the sidewalk, peasants. That's funny. But yeah, that's what, you know, this is, you know, it's the F1 too. Because if you look at like F1 in Monaco, you know, it's like the Kentucky Derby, you know, everyone like with designer clothes on and Biff with, you know, his sweatshirt tied around his neck and all that type of stuff and tuxedos and that's what the town's feeling. They're like, well, we got F1 too. And we got casinos. So, F these peasants. But, okay, now I'm looking. Who looks like they're going to Walmart? And who looks like they're in Bellagio? Like, can you tell the difference anymore? Not really. A little bit, but not really. What up? I mean, I'm not like knocking people because that's just the status quo. Like I said, you know, living proof is that I'm freaking dressed down like a freak too. Because I don't want people asking me where the bathroom is. Assuming I work here. Alright. Baby, having the best time ever. Where do I want to go? What is it? 7:35? Damn, I yapped for like an hour and a half? Holy cow. I had a lot to get off my chest. See, and all these people suffering, well, like these people, like people, you see anyone going in there to Fendi? No. Who's got all that perfume on? See? I know we just came here, but I didn't realize what time it was. So I'm gonna head back in my direction here. Alright, muted. Hold on. See, millionaires love busted up bridges. Tom from Caesars. I gotta do some checking on old Tom. See what industries he's coming from. Tahoe is 2 hours from you guys. I love it. I love Tahoe. I know there's still snow up there. The last of the snow on Mount Charleston, when I got up this morning and I looked outside, the last of the Mount Charleston snow. There was some yesterday. It is gone today. Baby living its best life ever. Yep, no more snow. I remember when I lived in Tahoe, there'd be snow in like June, still in the parking lots. I loved it. Not big on the 20 feet of snow. Not until I get my money right. Once my money's back to right, then I'm okay with it. Then I'll just hibernate. Make fires, lay on my bearskin rug, and just survive the winter. Beautiful. Beautiful. Did Tom Max send me a 2 Bananarama super chat? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Very, very kind of you. I do believe, I believe my parking's paid now. Thank you. Should we try? Should I push my luck and go for it a second time? Walking across a tightrope here? Heavenly is nice. Are they done with those new condos on the South Tahoe side? Those are, last time I was up there, across from Heavenly, they were pretty freaking heavenly. Went and looked at the demo and they were like, oh, it's just 2.7. Like for a 2-bedroom? Dang, bro. Alright, yeah, I think I can do it. What's this guy doing? Oh, he's picking up change. Good on you. Help Caesars out with that. Look, this is all like Tom says, we'll get millionaires over here. F these peasant people. Alright, let's walk. I'm doing better, like walking slow across this thing than running. Go figure. Oh, made it. And if you want to know how wide that was, well, a foot. Like my foot. Uh-oh, they're rounding up peasants. That was a peasant patrol. I'm gonna ride that horse all the way to the finish line on this live stream. The moon's looking pretty sexy up there. Oh, I got a 10? Oh, like Nadia Comaneci. I got 10s across the board. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, I could have done heel to toe on that. That would have been the ultimate test. Can anyone pass like a full-blown DWI check straight? I don't think so. Like, okay, let's try it. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5. Once you get to 20, 21,000, 22, that's when you start like ganking. 22, 1,000. 23, 1,000, 24, 1,000, 25, 1. Yeah, you're just going to start tripping over your words and end up in the Crossbar Hotel. That's why it's just better not to drink at all and drive. Don't even chance it. Let's go out in the street again. Yeah. Oh, one of those cruisers actually pointed in this direction. Beat. Oh, but I feel gangster and I feel free. This feels like liberty. It feels like the 4th of July, being able to walk out here like this. Yeah, I could see this place attracting nothing but millionaires. Why not? Get rid of us peasants. All the Kardashians will be staying there and everything. Alright, what do we got here? Traffic lights. Raw. F it. I hear you, bro. I seen yous. That was a nice dress, if I do say so myself. Think she goes to Walmart like that? Think she even goes to Walmart? In this town, outside the 99-cent shop, you can see like Benzos and Bentleys and Lamborghinis and stuff. It's kind of odd. I'm defending us peasants. Kind of digging the chartreuse-ness. See, women could get away with a whole lot more in terms of how they dress. You know, spend $10 at Rainbow, you're set for Vegas, you know? 'Cause nobody knows the difference. They're just like staring at your stuffs. Except for her, you could tell that was a designer dress. She spent some current on that. I bet that dress was anywhere from $300 to $600. Alright, where are we going? I don't want to pass Spackle Bucket Man. I want to go see what this crane is all about. Uh-oh, rounding up more peasants. It's like Soylent Green up in here. Yeah, Don, that's what I'm saying. Like, the only thing you could do different is go have Dylan do a commercial. I'm not supposed to say that name, but... Oh, Peasant Patrol, Peasant Patrol. It's a big-ass crane. I don't know why I'm so fascinated with cranes. It's freaking fascinating. Who else did it? Tarjay. It's going to be an interesting month. I'm going to be biting my tongue like a freak. Tarjay went full-blown tuckaroos for children. Kohl's went tuckaroos for children. What else? What else did I read about today? Oh, even Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is like... Chick-fil-A, what did the president of Chick-fil-A said? That I got to go out and do shoe shines as reparations for what my ancestors did. He must be talking about the Vikings, because my people weren't in the country. But I guess he's talking about Viking peoples. So I gotta go shine people's shoes to make up for the evil deeds of my ancestors. That's what Chick-fil-A president said. I go, okay. If you say so. And isn't that supposed to be like a godly company? So, alright, interesting. I need one of those for my bedroom. One of those giant portable air conditioners. I wonder if I could fit that. I could use that for my bedroom. Oh, rocks. See, that's why they don't want us peasants in town. Because, like, we touch everything. These rocks are cool. Except they're dirty. See, he's looking at us now. He's like, frickin' peasants. Can't leave them around nothing. Touching shit. It suddenly got warm out. Either that or it's the espresso in that coffee. It's the Lord's chicken. Ain't the Lord's chicken no more. Unless you go shine some shoes. Go see for yourself. He said, he said specifically, people of my skin tonality should go out and shine shoes. I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I guess if I needed some money, I would, but I don't think I owe anyone to shine their shoes. You know, it's just me. I didn't do nothing wrong. What up? Oh, back in the AC. Oh, she put the spotlight on me. What up with that spotlight? So yeah, it's going to be an interesting month. Jolene, Jolene, Jolene. Why do I find that song like semi-romantic? Same reason I find like Star Trek, the original series, the Space Seed with Khan. I find that a very romantic episode. But I'm crazy like that. Oh, they stuck a new buffalo over here. No way. Done with the 50 Bananaramas. From one peasant to another. From one peasant to another. From one peasant to another from another mother. Thank you very much. Very generous and very kind of you. And they want to somehow eliminate all that type of stuff, you know? Woo. It suddenly got warm out. Thank you. I appreciate that. That made my day. You know, the money's cool, you know, which I appreciate because, you know, it's just kind of like a business, but I love the acknowledgement of, you know, that's what I take it as too. I take that as, I mean, someone posted a picture of me getting a super chat. I have to find that picture, and I legitimately get humbled each and every time. I never take it for granted. From 99 cents, I've had them up to $99, and they all mean the same to me. I mean, not really. I mean, $50 is $50, but my heart feels the same way. My brain might feel different, but my heart is just like, you know, it's just, I love you guys. I love that you guys care about me and whatnot. Wow, they are cranking up the music in here too. I'm reading the Facebook stuff. There's a lot of peasanty stuff in there. So I appreciate you guys. But anyway, I'm gonna roll. I'm putting a couple more finishing touches on some stuff tonight. Oh my God, I spent like 3 hours on the phone dealing with some corporate level issues. Like, why don't people pick up the phone anymore? Why do, like, no business picks up the phone? Like, I made 3 phone calls, and each time, no less than one to the doctor's office about my next appointment. Like, there was a mix-up, they canceled it, and, you know, it's like a month away, why they're canceling it, whatever. But it took, Carlos, thank you very much for that super chat. I'm honored, thank you. Like, no one picks up the phone. You cannot call a business these days that actually gives an F that picks up the phone. Like, nobody picked. I waited 18 minutes, I waited 20 minutes, and I waited like almost a half an hour on another one. Oh, this young lady looks like she's bringing me some coffee. Oh, she ditched me. She ghosted me. I spent like half the day on the phone today. It kind of like set me back. I got things to do tonight. Because this week coming up, I know I keep saying it, but we got some stuff we're going to do, and I'm looking forward to it. But anyway, I appreciate you hanging out with me for coffee. I appreciate you hanging out. I can't wait. I didn't really get to read the comments. I'm going to look at all those when I rewatch this little episode. I want to see what you had to say and think about the things that we talked about today. And I love doing episodes like this. I mean, it was Vegas related, but it's also life related. And that's the direction I want to. Absolutely. All right, I'll put $1 in, I promise. You bring me a nice coffee, please.
Nice coffee?
Yes, excellent.
Thank you.
follow me over at Rumble and follow me over at Twitter so we can have like real conversations about real matters that I cannot discuss here on YT for obvious reasons. Like the other day, I got into, when was it? I think it was yesterday. They legitimately nabbed the stream. Like, it just, my program here tells me what's what. And the error message I got was, cannot find YT server. You know who I'm talking about, YT. Like, they blocked me from reconnecting for about 10 minutes or so. You'll see that because I was speaking on some things that, you know, perhaps weren't the most popular, or maybe my opinions weren't the most popular, but it is what it is. Anyway, thank you everyone for the super chats. I love you guys. Thank you everyone who's supporting me in all the other fashions, clicking on links, doing all that other good stuff. That helps me, and it, you know, helps. It motivates me to keep going. And thank you for just being here, because that's the best part. I mean, you guys aren't just viewers and whatever. I consider each one of you part of my extended family. You're my friends and family, and I love you guys, and that ain't no bullshit. And one last time, I'm gonna invite you to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell button to get notified when I do this again, which is, that's gonna be a thumbnail. 5 times a week. And we will be going live tomorrow. I'm not sure what time, but hit that bell button and you'll find out. As soon as I find out, you'll find out. I come up with this like 2 minutes before I post it, you know, all over the place for you to know. So again, Twitter, Rumble, links, all the stuffs. But most importantly, have a most excellent rest of your night. I love you guys, and on that note, Bror Fredrik out.